I have another video from Smile to Jannah. This one is called Secret Satan Worship.
Oh,
Do you want to
he's way
predict before
younger
we
in
start?
this. Sorry. Look at his hair.
Yeah.
This must have been from a few years ago.
Okay.
His hair, he
I
doesn't have
don't
that
know.
haircut anymore.
All right. Okay. So let's just see what he says.
They've taken.
Did you hear what just? Did you hear that?
Oh,
What
is he listening to audio reversed?
Yes, you got.
Oh no, not this. Oh, this is a classic. This is a
Right.
classic.
I think they copied this from Christians.
With the audio played backwards, I swear, probably as long as we have had recorded music, people have been
Right.
saying that they can hear that there's actually demonic stuff in the music if you play it
Yeah.
backwards. It's like, of course it
Right.
sounds demonic. You're taking the sounds and the phonics
No,
that
it's-
we're used to and flipping it. It's gonna sound it's gonna sound strange. It's gonna sound uncomfortable.
It's not just that they're strange. They hear like satanic messages in it.
Exactly.
Let's yeah, hold on. Satan is my honey. It's a completely normal thing to say, by the way.
They've taken certain music tracks and they've played it backwards. Apparently, you can hear certain demonic things being said. Dora the Explorer, yeah. So Kushti, yeah.
I love that when he said that to this guy, the person laughed at him.
He's laughing because he thinks, wow, but I think he's believing it.
Yeah.
That seemed pretty clear to me. The Jonas Brothers,
Okay.
Kids of the Future, yeah.
We're the kids of the future.
Yeah, cool. I'm having it. I'm having that one. But you know,
What?
I speak for Satan. I have a response to this nonsense.
They're just showing that it sounds like this, but what is the actual claim? He didn't make a claim in that video. Is the claim
They
that they're
claim-
indoctrinating children this way? Is the claim that this is actual proof of demons being within music and that's why we shouldn't listen to music? Is it like this is Lucifer's way to trick his way into your soul and mind? Because that's kind of more of a flavor of like how Christians would probably talk about it. I mean, you have to be more specific.
They are claiming that the satanic elements, satanic forces, are actually controlling the world, and they do that through the media, and they control the media to brainwash us, and they leave their signature there, and they say they're hiding in plain sight. And they ask, basically the question is to people like you and me, that if we think this is a whole bunch of nonsense, then why is it that when we play some of this music backwards, you hear satanic messages? It says Satan is my honey, hail, I worship
Hail
Satan.
Satan.
What was the hail Satan for Dora the Explorer? So do you have an explanation? Because I have a very easy explanation for all this. That does not require believing in Satan or Satan in the music
the
industry
easiest
or the media.
explanation is that humans are pattern finding machines, and that if we
Yes.
go investigate and happen to chance
Mhm.
upon audio recordings played backwards, if you go through enough of those audio recordings played backwards, probability says is that we will identify some patterns that sound similar to what we're used to. It'd be the
Easy.
same in any
That's
other. It'd be the same in any other language, but something played backwards to us that's unintelligible and meaningless. Someone from a different language background would find a pattern in that. Does that make it more real, more legitimate, more valid? I mean, well, that's what conspiracy theories are. It's misidentifying. What's the
Patterns.
word I'm looking for?
Pareidolia?
It's like overactive pattern finding
Yes.
that is not then supplemented with evidence.
We have so much music out there. If you play all of them backwards and you don't get any messages like that, that would be the surprising thing. Even if you don't play them backwards, for example, for people who speak dual languages, how many times you've heard something in English music that you were like, oh my god, this sounds like this, it's saying this in Persian, and you laugh because it's funny, because they're saying something called ridiculous in Persian because what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to play it backward. Yeah, you don't even have to play it backwards because there's just so much out there. So of course, if you play them all backwards, you're gonna find weird things. I'm pretty sure you're not just gonna find satanic stuff, you're gonna find all sorts of messages. And also what you're referring to, I think it's called pareidolia. Is that how if that's how you pronounce it? Let me just double check. Yeah, it's called pareidolia. So pareidolia is a psychological phenomena where the mind perceives a familiar pattern or meaning where none actually exists. Common examples include seeing faces in clouds or hearing hidden messages in random noise. Hidden messages in random
That's
noise. You don't
literally
even have
the
to-
example.
No, but yeah, you don't even have to play music backwards. You could just have random noise. This is something that is known in psychology. They're finding devil worship, but this is a known thing. This is something that has
I mean,
been
there are like
studied.
people that think that they can find patterns and meanings in the white noise that used to play on TVs.
Right.
You know, we don't have
Exactly.
those
And-
nowadays, but those old enough remember when the TVs would go
R-
with the snow.
Yeah.
I just aged
and it
myself.
It continues and it says it's essentially the brain's way of making sense of random or ambiguous information. So
Exactly.
maybe before coming up with a conspiracy theory, go study what's happening here, and then there's always a rational explanation for this. And here's another thing: if you've noticed, hold on, he plays them first.
Armin, because psychologically it is simpler to believe that you have understood this esoteric knowledge about who's actually controlling this world,
Right,
because it
that's
gives you
easier
a
to-
sense of control.
Well,
That's what
yeah,
this
and
all
also
comes back
because
to.
yeah, and also our brain has a hard time trying to make sense of order without a centralized control. That's why we
Yeah.
invent gods, and that's why we also invent conspiracy theories where there are powers that be that are controlling everything. But here, let me
What you were
point
explaining to me earlier, I was like, that sounds like one step removed from the JQ.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, oh, they're
Um,
controlling the media and putting special
That
messages
is
in
that
it?
is that it that is not like the JQ. That is JQ.
I know, but okay, because you could say that there's a force that's doing all those things, but it's just one step removed from like, and who is that force? I think I know
Yeah.
what you're gonna tell me. Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it on YouTube because YouTube might think I'm saying it. By the way, the fact that I don't want to say it on YouTube, they will say, "See, that's because they are pulling the strings." Like they were like that. They will use that as proof as well. There's two things in the video that I want to highlight. Is when they're playing the music. Look, so they show what it's supposed to sound like while they're playing the sound. When you hear it, then you cannot unhear it. That's tricking you because
Yeah,
you
it's
might have
priming
not
you.
heard. It's priming you. You might have not heard that if they didn't put the text on the screen. But once they associate that sound with the words that they want you to hear, then your brain is now going to be impossible for it to almost disconnect.
It's
that.
gonna find
You
the
know what I mean?
pattern.
Yeah, it's going to find a pattern. But here's another point. Here's another thing I want to highlight in this video. Secret Satan worship. It doesn't seem very secret to me. Like these powers that be, they're not doing a very good job at hiding this information. If any idiot with a YouTube channel can come and decipher these things, they are not even attempting to hide it. Because it's amazing how these so-called secret information is discovered by people with the lowest IQ on the internet. Why is it? At least if you're trying to make a puzzle or make it like a secret, make it a secret that like people with advanced degrees in mathematics.
Yeah, we need
or
an Alan
something.
Turing on this.
Yeah, like something like that, not like these people.
Oh my
Anyways.
god.
Do you know who makes the most amazing, gorgeous, and other adjectives that I can't use here on YouTube? Blasphemous art ever? We do! And for some reason, we are giving it away for free. Download them now using the link in the description before we change our mind.